Hi friends, Erin here with Daily Elevations. Thanks so much for tuning in. Today I wanted to talk about the power of no, but not just the power of no as an expression, but the power of respecting your own or somebody else's no. So what I'm going to do to explain this one is to tell a story from years ago when I was living at Kripalu Center for Yoga and Health, where I lived for 2 years and took pretty much a workshop a weekend on personal growth, discovery, yoga, energy healing, the mind-body connection. And I will tell you that I am a little addicted to that deep diving into the self, the way that people who love adrenaline rushes go skydiving and bungee jumping and whitewater rafting and snowboarding or whatever the thing may be. It's actually a similar rush that I get when I'm walking into a program room and I know that I'm going to have to drastically let go of something that I've been really attached to before. Now, that being said, after being at Kripalu for about a year, I was pretty much tapped out. Every jump was feeling the same. Nothing was giving me that big tingle, that big sense of movement and change and transformation. So I was talking to a friend who also lived there and was feeling the same way. And I will say we lived and worked there. I am not of the elite class that could afford to live at Kripalu Center for years at a time. But it was part of an internship that we were both in. So what ended up happening was we were both single at the time, and we both did have things that we wanted to tackle in terms of relationship and sexuality. And there was a relationship workshop coming up that weekend that we were like, let's do it together. And we weren't together, obviously. We weren't part of a couple, but we did have those things that we wanted to explore and tackle within ourselves that we had just talked about. So we talked to the facilitators and they gave us the go-ahead to do the course in our own terms. And I think deep down they were just like, maybe these girls are going to get together in the end anyways. And who am I to judge, but it was literally just our own experience. And what was really powerful and my biggest takeaway, and I've told this story to so many people because it was that profound, was that every single exercise that we were told to do, things like get under a blanket and kiss, or, I don't know, there was a whole bunch of things that you're used to doing with a partner, even with a partner that you knew. Some of these things were just like, whoa, that's pretty intimate and intense. But we went into it with this idea of we'll only do what we're both comfortable with. We won't do any more than that. We won't have any expectations of each other. And we'll communicate like heck, and respect that communication. What I learned was that really prior to this event, I had never had any relationship, including with my parents, with my siblings, with even friends, that there wasn't always some sort of an agenda. And certainly with the opposite sex when I was pursuing relationships, there's always the agenda. There's always I want you to agree with me. I want to get you on my side. I want to move you through the world in a way that I am comfortable. That's kind of what we all do with each other. We're like, you are my pawn. Come on this way. And I mean, that's being really crass. Obviously, we don't see each other as pawns. We do have respect and love and care for each other. But the way our own neuroses acts itself out is thinking that we need everybody else to conform to our own beliefs. Are you with me? And what that feels like is different than what I felt that weekend when I would say something like, no, I don't want to do that. And it would be like, it's okay. You don't have to. And it would be like, okay, well, I only don't want to do it because I'm afraid of X, Y, or Z. Yeah, I totally understand that. And then it would be like I'd be willing to do it if I knew I could stop at any time. Yeah, of course we could stop at any time. That's cool. And we basically walked ourselves through every single exercise. It was one of us would be like, no. The other one might be no. But we'd be like, why was it a no for me? And we'd be able to explore our fears, our concerns. We'd be able to address them. And then somehow we would get to a yes within minutes, every single time. Within minutes, we would turn a no to a yes because we were so deeply respecting each other's wishes. And what would it feel like if we all walked around this world deeply respecting each other's wishes? What I felt was safety and freedom to kind of explore things that I wouldn't normally be willing to explore because of the things I was afraid of. A lot of times we say no because we're scared of something. But if we can respect that, if we can dig deep, if we can really give ourselves the space to have our no and believe in it, because this is the thing. This is how we react to other people, but oftentimes we're doing this same thing to ourselves. We're holding ourselves to expectations, to agendas. We're treating ourselves like the little pawn that we're trying to move across the board in a specific way. And it's not just our no that we don't always respect. Sometimes it's our wants and desires too. That everything is in this argument and this manipulation where our truth might not be respected. Our truth is at the hands of being manipulated. And when we have that own relationship to ourselves, and this is where I want you to get like, really, this is how we treat each other. We're trying to get each other on board. Somebody says, no, I don't want to come out. We immediately try to convince them because we want them there, rather than respecting that they can make the best decisions for themselves. But then we do that to ourselves too. We want to go out, but no, we can't go out because we have work to do and we need to stay in. Or we don't want to engage with a certain person, but God, that would be so bitchy or rude of us not to engage with this person. That gives us the creeps. So let me just ignore my feelings, put on a smiley face, and like go and engage, right? We're constantly disrespecting our desires, our intuition, our no's on a regular basis. And what that makes is a world internally that is not as safe as it could be, that doesn't have the level of freedom that it could have. And we become neurotic little messes then trying to move the world around us to find that feeling of freedom and of safety by moving the other pawns in the world, rather by recognizing freedom and safety lives right within us, right here. The second we say, yes, I support myself. Yes, I get behind myself. Yes, I respect myself and I don't need to explain or make excuses for me. I trust myself to go one step at a time, because like that conversation we have, that first no might come with wisdom about what we should be concerned about. And once we acknowledge that wisdom and communicate that with the world around us, then we can engage with a different level. Those concerns have been addressed. It's a new scenario. So pay attention to your no's. Pay attention to when you say no, you need to do it anyway to yourself, or you need to do this other thing to yourself. Because I promise you, if you start to learn to respect that wisdom within you, that no within you, that is just there for a reason, if you start to listen to those reasons, you'll move into a whole different world of possibilities, a world that is filled with safety and freedom for you, and a container of safety and freedom that you can offer to others. So thanks so much for watching. You can, but you don't have to play with this. And as always, I offer free sessions. If you're interested, you can go to my website and give me a call and see if you can even feel that container of what it's like to be held, where you are really respected. Thanks so much, guys. Take care, be well. I will see you tomorrow.